Today, we're going to look at the most recent game, Italy-United States. We're going to look at how the United States had a big bounce back and one big concept they employed on defense to prevent the same thing that happened against Lithuania happening against Italy. The first play we're looking at to see what USA is doing on defense is them switching screens is the goal. We're actually going to look at the first clip is kind of a miscommunication by the United States. So we're looking at Jaren Jackson and Anthony Edwards. In this situation, we see right there that Jaren Jackson switched onto this guard. Anthony Edwards also stayed on this guard. At some point, Jaren Jackson does recognize this and realizes, oh crap, I got to get back to this dude. He's now open underneath the basket. However, Italy passes it there first. And we're going to look at the interaction that happens after this. So Jaren Jackson right here is communicating instantly with Anthony Edwards, telling him that there's some miscommunication. He said no right there. And obviously they're discussing right there. Okay? So what I anticipate should have happened is, if we look back, is that they want this to be switched. And I believe that was the communication that USA had in between the Lithuania game and the Italy game. And instead it didn't get switched, which led to a layup or a foul technically. Okay, the second play we're looking at for switching is the at least closer to correct execution. Okay, so first off, again, I love Halliburton getting up on the ball. This is the first screen we have set. What happens? Boom, switch. Portis goes out onto a guard, doesn't worry. Austin Reeves obviously has a bigger person now, so it has to be more physical, but that's what they want. Okay. Right here, when Halliburton comes across this back screen, or the dribble handoff, if there's no contact made, I think they're going to say don't switch, so it's only if contact's made. So slight contact is made right here. Halliburton recognizes, I got to get to the roller, even though he was probably open slightly. Banchero obviously got up and he has his arms up, which is trying to negate any passes, which is a good idea because it makes it much harder to pass into the post. Okay, so again, what this switching does is essentially allows Italy, it forces them to play one-on-one, and it's much, much harder to find open passes, find open shots when you have one-on-one with long, lanky defenders. So one-on-one with a mid-range pull-up against Brandon Ingram and Tyrese Halliburton in good position for help side. Like, that is exactly what the United States wants instead of an open roller to the rim. So this was very effective use, showing what the United States is trying to do as far as switching to prevent what happened against Lithuania, because you don't even have the rotations in the first place because there's already a person right there. Hey, ideally, Halliburton probably would have recognized this. Maybe Banchero's got to be yelling that there's a screen coming. He's a step behind because this is definitely an open pass. But aside from that, it was great defense by the United States in this possession. So then we get to the third clip. This is what I believe a perfect exemplar of what the United States wants on defense. Okay, so we're watching Banchero. Okay, so one down screen, just a simple switch right there. Oh, I love this concept. Just keep it easy on the defense. Switch that. Okay, so Portis goes with him, stays with the rim. Just makes it so the defense doesn't have to move as far. There's less communication, less risk for error. Just switch it. Okay, right there, ball screen. They just switch. Banchero on the ball. Italy's like, oh, I got a mismatch. I have a big on me. But nah, not really. It's not a mismatch because Banchero is so freaking athletic. The bigs for the United States are so athletic. Just let them play. Let them be athletes even against the guards. You will still have an advantage. And we get to the final play that we're going to discuss today. And this one has a very special meaning near and dear to my heart. So this is, I think, the best counter to a switching defense. Frankly, one of the only counters besides just attacking what you deem the mismatch. So in this situation, we can see there is a ball screen being set. So what is the United States going to do? They're going to switch it. However, Italy's like, just kidding. We're not actually setting the ball screen. They do what's called ghost screening, hence the name of this channel. This is like the same concept, very similar concept as slipping, except you're just going and staying outside the three-point line. So United States is like, there's a screen. So Portis has got to be like, I got to switch. But then Ingram doesn't really, he never felt a screen. He never knew a screen was coming, so he stays on the ball. So it creates a little bit of confusion. Halliburton actually does a really good job. This is probably the best you can do. Maybe you could say put a little bit of a hand up to hesitate, but he's taking away this pass right here while also having to guard two people. He does a pretty good job, frankly, but Italy knocks down the three. And so I wonder if that's something that's just part of the rotation, or that's something that they discussed because the United States started switching. So in conclusion, the United States switching allowed them to maintain individuals guarding individuals, and because they're so athletic, they don't have to worry about having mismatches across the board. They did a great job forcing contested difficult shots, which led to USA obviously having a dominate quarterfinals victory, and semis is coming up here shortly, which I would look forward to. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.